90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days star Ingrid Resend has made a shocking discovery about her American boyfriend Brian Muniz's past. Ingrid is a single mom from Brazil who met Harvard resident Brian online. Quadriplegic Brian had kept many a secret from his girlfriend, including details about how he really lost his ability to walk. Brian also lied to Ingrid about his age despite Brian and Ingrid being in a relationship for 2 years. Ingrid started noticing these red flags about Brian after meeting him in person. According to a preview clip shared by People, Ingrid has one more reason to dump Brian. He talks about how he met his recent ex-wife after he had previously moved to Recife. Brian had moved to Brazil when he played wheelchair rugby internationally and fell in love with the country. However, just a few months after being married to his fourth ex-wife, Brian realized that she was using him for a green card. Brian has been going through divorce for 2 years. He told the cameras that Ingrid knew about how hard the divorce had been on him. Brian said that he really needed to make sure that his next wife was the one before he married for the 5th time. Brian and Ingrid were shown having dinner and drinks with his Brazilian friend, who asked Brian if getting divorced or separated in the US was an easier process than in Brazil. Brian admitted that Chicago was easier. "But I've been through this 3 times, he added, which made Ingrid scream out, "Huh?" Ingrid asked Brian how many wives he had, and he said, thrice, before correcting himself because he hadn't counted his current wife in Recife. Brian didn't seem to be bothered by the fact that his girlfriend of 2 years was so shocked to know that her boyfriend had been married 4 times before her. He shamelessly laughed while correcting her. He seemed to be bragging about having married 4 women, with 3 of them being in Chicago and 1 being from Brazil. Like his past of being a drug dealer and having an ex who allegedly ordered the carjacking on him that left him wheelchair-bound, or his real age. Brian had kept yet another life-changing secret from Ingrid. Brian had told Ingrid that he had been married twice. However, he didn't seem to mind that Ingrid had caught him lying about his past. Brian had not yet told Ingrid that he also had 3 ex-fiancées in addition to those 4 ex-wives. Brian thought of himself as a playboy who could get any woman he wanted and yet was dating Ingrid, who was not ready to easily sleep with him. Brian wanted Ingrid to see him as a catch. However, Brian did not realize that he was pushing Ingrid away every time he was caught in a lie. Brian being married 4 times before Ingrid is not something he should boast of. It is a big red flag. It means that Brian is not a compatible partner and the reason why his exes have parted ways with him. He wants his 5th wife to be his last. But has Brian worked on himself to be a better husband since his 4th marriage failed to work out? If he does marry Ingrid on 90-Day Fiancé, before the 90 days and things don't work out, Brian will blame Ingrid and later move on with his 6th girlfriend.